Hello everybody, this is D King Bay with another book battle for you. Yes, today we are going to do a battle of Faebound by Saara El Arifi. And this, I know, some of you are saying, hey, didn't she already do the book battle of them 2 books? Well, that was back when I had 2 books, but now I have 3. I forgot that I had ordered from Waterstones, so we're going to do this again. I'm a little bit further away from the camera so that you can actually see the book. So I will pop up pictures on there so you can actually see. So let's go on and get this here started. First, we will do a little teeny tiny look. This one here is the Fairyloot edition. Of the 3 covers, this is the one that's the most different than the original, even though all the covers pretty much are very similar to the original cover, as you'll see. I'm liking this color. I love that sun that they put in there. That is really pretty. They did great foiling on here. It's just really nice. Here goes Waterstones. Waterstones is, of course, the most like the original cover. This is a night scene. They also did beautiful foiling, all that sort of stuff. And last but not least, we have Goldsboro, which brought up my favorite color, purple. You know, I love me some purple. But anyway, this is nice too, and they used the same cover as the original, except they just, changed the color. So for the dust jacket, the front dust jacket, I will go with the Fairyloot this time because they did actually try to do something different. Even though purple is my all-time favorite color, 99% of the time, I'm going to give it to Fairyloot because they did actually do something different. And I'm liking the gold on this blue. It looks really good. That looks good. Okay, so let's look at the spines. The spines are all pretty much the same, and so are the backs. Are pretty much the same, just different colors of each. So I'm not really gonna pick on those, I wouldn't want the front of Fairyloot and then the back of Goldsboro, but I just want you to see what they look like. Okay, so now let's look at the edging. Okay, here's the edging. There we go. There. Isn't that pretty? For the edging, I'm going to say I like Goldsboro the best. Goldsboro's over here, the purple one. Second place comes in Fairyloot. And third place will come in Waterstone, which is in the middle. Okay, so let me show you a front to side view of each of these. This one's Fairyloot. I picked the Goldsboro one because I guess this is water or something over here. It kind of matches the water back here, so I'm guessing, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling as much as literal design this time. Okay, let me show you Waterstones. Waterstones, I'm just really not liking this edging at all. It looks kind of, I don't know. I guess they're trying to match it to the water or whatever that is back there, but I'm just not feeling it. Okay, and Goldsboro. I just really like that. It's beautiful. That is really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, so for the edging again, Goldsboro wins. Now let's look at dust jackets, the inside. Now I will say that Waterstones and Goldsboro many times do not do inside dust jacket. I can't think of a time that they did, but I don't want to say they never do it because they might and I've just forgotten. So here's the cover. Since the other 2 didn't do it, Fairyloot wins, but this is just a nice alternative cover. I'm loving this little tree. I don't know if it's really a tree of life or what, but I really like that tree there. That's nice. That's really nice. So that's Fairyloot for the cover. Now let's look at our hard back covers. I will say that Waterstones did not do anything with their cover, and quite often they don't. And neither does, quite often they don't. So here we go. Now let me show them to you one by one. And we'll see who wins this one. Let's start off with our Fairyloot. I like that. It's pretty. I think I'll go and show you the fronts and the back, actually. Here goes the front. I'll go and show you the fronts and then the backs. That's nice. Nice foiling. It's not too much foiling, so I can actually understand what the picture is. I can't stand it when they put so much foiling on there. It just looks like a big blob to me. It just drives me crazy. It's like they got some sort of, I don't know what that's swirly in there. Maybe some more of that water stuff like what's on the side. Okay, let me give you the Waterstones. Like I say, they did not do any kind of extra cover on theirs. And then we have Goldsboro, which put too much stuff on there for my liking, but somebody might like it. So for the front cover, I will say again, Fairyloot wins. Okay, and let me show you Fairyloot and Goldsboro together. There we go. This one's Goldsboro. This one's Fairyloot. And you know, like I see that little leopard with his little horns on there and stuff, but it's just, this one's a little bit too busy for me, okay? This one, Goldsboro. It's still nice, but it's just too busy. Okay, now let's look at the backs. Again, Waterstone did not do anything with their back. Fairyloot changed theirs. Like on the front, it's the sun. On the back, it's the moon. And here's Goldsboro. So, Fairyloot wins again. Okay, now let's go to the inside. On the inside, here's Fairyloot's front end page. That's a beautiful end page. And let me go on to the back end page while I'm here. And they have a different back end page. Beautiful. Okay. Here goes Waterstones. You know I love a good map, so this makes me happy. And they also have the map on the back. And I will say on this map, all those little pictures around are some of the things that were on the cover that was too busy for me on the Goldsboro version. Okay, now let me show you Goldsboro. Goldsboro and Waterstones have the same end pages. I do love a map though. I'm gonna tell you, I love a map. Okay, so that's it. So for the winner of this, even though I absolutely love that map was amazing, I'm gonna go with the Fairyloot again. I usually don't like populated ones, but this burnt orange and this sun, this is really beautiful the way they did this. This is really nice. Same thing with the end page. They really outdid themselves on these end pages. Good job, good job. Okay, so for the signature, I will say, Fairyloot put the signature here. My copy of the Waterstone one does not have a signature in it. I don't think it's signed. Let me check and make sure I remember correctly. Nope, it's not signed. Nope, it's not signed. And then we have the Goldsboro version. Let me open it up to the signature page. And here's the signature. And at the top is the edition number because I get this from their subscription. So they number which item it is. So that is it. You have now seen it from beginning to end. Overall, I'm going to go with the Fairyloot one, even though Fairyloot is this one. Let me put the cover back on it because they did the most. They changed it the most, if that makes sense. And also, the end pages are amazing. Those end pages, look at these end pages. I mean, those end pages are everything. Though I do love, don't get me wrong, this map is killer. The map is killer. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Fairyloot this go round. They changed the cover, not a lot, but enough. Even though I'm not a big fan of their edging, it's still really nice edging. I'm not complaining about it. It's just not my favorite. My favorite is, of course, this, but you can't have everything, right? They did a really good overall in the book on this one. So it got the most from me. So that is it. Fairyloot wins this triple battle of the books. Now, I do want to say one thing before I close. Let me see if I can find a couple here. My Waterstone books. And this happens more times than not. I don't know if you can tell from this side and you can tell from this side. Quite often, the Waterstone books, and I'm in the U.S. and this is from the U.K., they come with the covers like that. The dust jacket's all jacked up like that. And I don't like that. I bet most people wouldn't because we pay too much for these. It's because they do not package them properly. They squeeze the book too small and too small of a box, and it ruins them. And since I am in the US, even though they will allow me to return it and exchange it, it costs so much as that costs for me. I would have to pay to ship it back. It costs a lot, so it makes it not worth exchanging it. Now, what they did instead of that was they went ahead and gave me 25% off, but I would have rather had a dust jacket. I asked them just to send me a dust jacket, and apparently they don't just have extra dust jackets, so that was that. But anyway, all I'm saying, I'm telling you this because if you do decide to get like Waterstone versions, just go with that in mind. If you're in the US or not in the UK, it can cost you a lot to have it be returned, and quite often their books do come damaged, unfortunately. So it's not real bad either. It's not real bad, you know, because I wouldn't order from at all if it was really bad, you know what I'm saying? But just to let you know that. So again, so if you are going to order the Waterstones, be wary of that. So here's our winner. Yay! He wins. So that is it for today. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.